Jem, thanks for chatting to me ahead of our final game of the season against MK Dons. This game will be a very special occasion for you. Can you please just tell us what that reason is for?
Yeah, so MK Dons is going to be my last game for Argyle, but also my last game playing competitive football. I made the decision this year that I'm going to retire, stop playing football and just focus on different things in life.
Was that decision an easy one to make, Jem?
No, definitely not. I mean, it's going to be probably a really emotional day for me. I mean, football's been my life since I can remember, to be honest. Growing up in Plymouth, travelling the world, moving away from my family when I was 16 to pursue my dream of becoming a professional footballer. I think I might shed a few tears on Sunday because, it's going to be emotional, but one to look forward to, one that I'll remember, and one that I'll have my family in the crowd watching as well.
Let's talk about your time at Argyle. Obviously, it was many moons ago that you played your first game in green. What do you remember from your first moments in an Argyle shirt?
Oh, what do I remember? I can remember my dad being the Argyle manager. I remember my little sister also playing for Argyle as well. I remember Katie Mudderton playing alongside me at centre-back, and other players obviously played for Argyle back then as well. Just remember it being kind of like a scrappy game of football, but one that's on really difficult pitches to play on. But some really important memories for me and some that helped me to develop into the player that I become for my football career.
Obviously, you then ended up making your way to Arsenal and winning an FA Cup as part of that, and representing England as well. You ended up eventually obviously coming back to Argyle. What was that like as a decision for you, and looking at your time at Argyle for your second stint, how great was it to be back in green again?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was a difficult decision for me. I had a little break from football. I didn't think I was going to get back into football, but I had a bit of pestering from Ryan, trying to get me along to one training session with me and my partner. But I eventually did turn up. We both eventually signed to play for Argyle, and it was nice to get Argyle shirt back on playing for Argyle. And I've obviously really enjoyed my last 3 seasons back home playing where obviously I grew up, and playing for one of the clubs that means a lot to me and my family, because obviously, like I said before, a lot of my family have played for Argyle and coached within the setup and things like that. It's again a special moment for me to retire back from where my roots are as well.
Speaking of special moments, what have been the greatest moments for you in an Argyle shirt to your memory?
It's testing my memory now. Probably playing for the women's team when I was 16 years old. I think it was a big thing for me. I felt like a kid still when I first put on the shirt to go and play with people that I looked up to, and I was some of the girls' ages that are currently playing for the women's team now, like Mia, Taya, some of the players like that. It was a good experience for me to play women's football at such a young age. There's a few goals that are highlights for me. How far we reached, I think it was last year in the FA Cup. We did quite well, we had a good run out. I've got some amazing memories playing for Argyle, and ones that I'll hopefully share with my kids and my grandchildren when I'm older and things like that.
You mentioned it there, obviously there are players that have been in a similar position to you coming into the team at such a young age and playing obviously professional football at such a young age. What advice would you give to them, being someone who's been in that similar position and come towards the end of their career now? Is there any sort of words of wisdom for players like that?
Just always believe in what it is that you set out to achieve, really. I think from a young age I knew I wanted to be a footballer, and the opportunities that I had when I was growing up were so limited in comparison to now. I think there's so many opportunities to become a professional female footballer. So if that is the goal they want to achieve, be determined, work hard, but also look after themselves as well, and just remember that their health, well-being comes first. But there is opportunities to become professional footballers and get paid to do that as a full-time job now. So if that's their dream, just chase it, really.
You mentioned it there, obviously the women's game is becoming more and more professional each week. One of the biggest things obviously happening here at the club is that we will now be coming under the official Argyle banner as opposed to being under the Argyle Community Trust, who have looked after us so well in the last few years. How great is it to see that advancement happen, and how excited are you to see the women's team continue to grow and continue to be backed by the club?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing news that we're going to be backed by the club, and it allows the girls to flourish and keep developing and hopefully become semi-professional soon and then progress on to becoming professional. It is such an amazing setup here, and they've got such a brilliant opportunity to keep building women's football down in Plymouth, because there's so many talented female footballers around the city. I mean, I work at a local school, a PE teacher there, and there's some kids that I went for a game with today, for example, year 9, year 8 and year 10, and they're just amazing kids, and there's just so much talent they have for football in the future. So yeah, it'd be amazing for Argyle to give those children an opportunity as they get older.
And finally, what's next for Jemma Rose? What are you looking forward to about your weekends now that you've got a bit more free time?
What's next? I mean, I'm going to be a mum, so yeah, I'm going to be a mum in October, so that's obviously something really amazing to look forward to. Life's going to completely change, and that's going to be my priority, being obviously the best mum I could possibly be. Hopefully getting into coaching, probably have a year out where I focus on being a mum, being a parent, focus on my work, focus on my family, just make new memories with my family really, and yeah, just do some more new exciting things.
Well, Jem, enjoy your retirement. Thank you very much for chatting to me, and enjoy the game against MK.
Thank you, I will.